Hey, what's up guys, Fryedegg here, and I just wanted to go over this Live Gamer HD with you guys. This is a capture card that I got, plugs into my PC. I'm going to have a slideshow going here with some photos. And yeah, this thing is pretty badass. I'm actually on my second card. Don't really let this speak for the card, but my first one I got in August, that was defective. And Aver was really good about sending me a new one. I tried to get the first one to work for a while. I thought it was just issues on my end, but it ended up just being the card was a brick. Well, it wasn't totally bricked. It was just there's something wrong with it. But anyways, it was messed up. I sent it back to them. They sent me a new one. No problem. So have the new card. It works great. And if you're not fully aware of what this thing does, let me pause it here real fast. Pause. This thing plugs into your computer. It goes in a mini PCI slot. As you can see, it's a little kind of plug right there. Instead of the regular PCI slot, the plug is much bigger. And basically, this goes in between your monitor and your video card. So yeah, this acts as I believe your video card plugs into the input, and then the output goes from this to your monitor, I believe. And then the same thing with the sound. Your sound goes from your sound card to this, and then the output goes from this to your speakers. So this just acts as a hardware unit that will take care of most of the recording processing or live stream processing that would normally be adopted by your CPU, therefore taking a lot of load off of your CPU and a lot of strain off of it. I was having some issues live streaming. Even though my old machine was fairly high end, I would start getting some video lag, and my processor would start getting under a heavy load. It would start to kind of overheat a little bit. Part of that had to do with cooling, but mainly it was just putting a lot of strain on my processor. So along with upgrading my computer, I said, you know what, I do this a lot, so let me go ahead and just, I'm going to invest the money into something that's going to one, make recording easier and a better experience, and two, make live streaming a better experience for both myself and people that want to tune in. So let me talk about real quick. I'll let this live stream keep going because there's some more stuff I want to talk about. The recording with this device is actually pretty cool. It actually you record right to H.264 MP4s, and what this does for your recordings is if you can record like a 2-hour video and it's like 5 gigs, opposed to if you use a program like DxTory, which I used to use, or Fraps, which is even worse as far as file size. You'd have like a humongous like 150 200 gigabyte file, where this already records natively to H.264, and you have a file size that's much smaller, much more a lot easier to work with if you want to move it around or go from like a gaming machine to an editing machine. And I really do like the native .h264 or H.264 file. So I do like that a lot, and I find it helps with everything. Just you don't have to worry about your hard drive filling up as you're recording or anything like that. You just kind of keep going and knowing that your file is going to be small and you don't got to worry about much. And the quality, as far as I'm concerned, is still right up there with anything else. So that's what I like about the recording. The live streaming, like I said, it takes some strain off your CPU. The newest version of XSplit, which I think it was 1.1, which launched in August, or early September, finally offered some real support of these cards to really make it a good user experience when using XSplit, to where the XSplit can really utilize the card and make the card do the work it's supposed to do by taking the strain off of the CPU. So I've noticed that my live streams are definitely, basically on my end, besides connection stuff, I have no hardware lag whatsoever, and everything is tip top. So let's talk about this right here. This is something that comes with. They kind of talk this up. This is called the hot button. This thing's stupid. The hotkey to record with is F9. I usually just hit F9. This button here, it plugs in USB, it takes up space on your desk, and if you want to click this instead of F9, you can have this button on your desk and just click that. The one thing I will say that this button does that I wish that there was something built in to the software that the card comes with. When you hit the button here, this LED around it, this will like illuminate or fade in and out. It'll fade bright and then fade out, and that's a clear sign that you're recording at that moment, or for whatever period of time, because this will keep doing that fade in and out kind of thing. Without this plugged in, when you hit record, there's no overlay on your screen. Like you won't have anything pop up right here, like a little like in DxTory you have, or Fraps, you have the little FPS. And I know in DxTory when you record, the default colors are green. Then when you record, they change to like orange. So there's nothing that lets you know you're recording unless you have this plugged in, which I kind of don't like, but not really a big deal. I have 3 monitors, so what I do is I just have I have my folder that it records to. I have that open, and I know I'm recording when I see my files pop up. So yeah, let's keep cruising here with the slideshow. We already talked about that. Yeah, the other stuff comes with an HDMI cable. Great. Comes with an auxiliary out, the 3.5 millimeter audio cable to go from go from this to your speakers or whatever you need this wire to use. Yeah, basically it's going to go from the out on this to your speakers or headphones or whatever. Comes with some software. You can just I recommend downloading the newest, most up-to-date stuff off their website. They also comes with these are just different basically adapters to fit whatever you got going on with your monitors to make the connections work right. They have female DVI to male HDMI, and then they have female HDMI to male DVI. So whatever you need to make your monitor hookup work with this card, because this has to be HD input or output, going to the monitor. So that's why you have these to make it work. And even if your monitor doesn't support HDMI, you can still utilize this card. My monitor actually does support HDMI. I do have an HDMI port, but for whatever reason with my monitor, when I use HDMI, for whatever reason the colors get a little out of whack. So I use my monitor's DVI inputs instead of the HDMI. So that's just me personally. So I do use this guy right here on my hookup. So what else is there to talk about with anything you see coming across the screen here? I think that's pretty much it. Now, real quickly, I want to show you guys how this thing, it basically, whatever is going on your monitor, it just captures everything. Like, so this is my monitor that it's plugged into, and whatever I do on this screen, it shows. So if I open up this picture, it shows it. I open up whatever is coming through this monitor. So if I want to like move, if I move over from one of my other monitors over to here, it shows up and blah blah blah. This shows everything on this monitor. So I'm going to show you XSplit and how XSplit works real quick. And this was the folder I was telling you about. I keep this open on my other monitor. This is the audio, so I know I'm recording my audio, and this is the video, or no, vice versa though, audio, video. And yes, you do have the option to make your commentary audio a separate file, which is what I've done here. It's an option within the RECentral software. I'll show you that too once I get into the XSplit stuff. So yeah, let me move this back over here out of the way, and yeah, I'm gonna stop this and go to XSplit. Be right back. All right, guys, I'm back with a look at the Live Gamer HD in XSplit. So here we go. The reason I'm using XSplit, I'm actually using XSplit to record this right now, and I'll explain to you that real fast, is XSplit and the program right here, the RECentral. If they're both if they're both accessing the card at the same time, at least for me, it causes an error, which I do believe that's legit. There's two things trying to use the card, two pieces of software. So If you already have this running and you open up XSplit, all that will happen is XSplit won't this camera will not show up. It'll say the camera won't show up, and it's probably being used by another program, which it is, and it's by this. So moral of the story is you really don't use these two at the same time. So anyways, so as you can see, this is just a camera. I'll go ahead and remove it. I can uncheck it. I have this region added right now to the recording so you can see everything. But if we remove this, we can add it again. Add camera, and there it is, Aver Media. And make sure you move it to the bottom because you want everything on top of that. I want to grab it here. We're grabbing the screen region or the let me uncheck the screen region so I know. Okay, we were grabbing the screen region. There's that. Bring the screen region back on so you can see it. And it doesn't really matter, but anyways, okay. So yeah, we're in XSplit basically, and that's it. Whatever game you have, whatever game you're looking at, whatever you're looking at on your desktop is going to show up in here. That's pretty much it. You can, I mean, if you want to show them something on a web page or on the internet, it's all there. You know, if you wanted to on your live stream, you wanted to Google something, it would pop up right there for them. Google it, no big deal. So pretty badass. And like I said before, it's not going to use nearly as much CPU. You should see a significant drop in your CPU usage while you're live streaming. So I know XSplit has implemented, like I said before, they implemented some features to utilize this card, specifically this card, and I think other ones, but I think specifically this one. I think they have like a deal going with XSplit, so it does work fairly well with XSplit. And yeah, so while this is going, while I have this region open, let me show you the program. Hopefully it shouldn't crash or get messed up until I actually click the record button. So let me show you how this works here. This is the RECentral. Now, like I said before, this doesn't work with XSplit at the same time, showing the region, and that doesn't start though until you click this, which is when this program starts accessing the card. So we're not going to click that. So this bulletin here is just just what it says. It's bulletin, it's news and stuff. The stream that you can actually stream, do a live stream just using this, and it'll send it to your Twitch or wherever you live stream at. So this program in itself, this RECentral, can kind of cut out XSplit for someone that doesn't want to purchase the rights to use XSplit as a full member or whatever. So if you bought this card for $200, you could just use this software here that it comes with. I've heard very good things about using this to live stream with. It does not offer all the overlays and whatnot and all the bells and whistles that XSplit does. So it's a little bit inferior, but it is free with the purchase of the card. And this is just this shortcut to where your recordings go to. And let's go back to the capture page real fast here. But it kind of has some presets here. You can just click, and each one of these you can customize from within. Obviously I went with Pro, even though I'm really not a Pro, but I like to think I am. And then these are my custom settings here. There you have it. I made the bit rate, that's as highest as it goes, and it makes that's how your end result recordings are going to look. That's the best they could look, the highest bit rate. So I go with the highest. The file sizes are still, like I said, ridiculously small, I think, compared to the other programs. Like I think an hour-long recording is like 5 gigs or something. It's like stupid. It's just really tiny. So I'd say there's no reason to not use the highest bit rate. I mean, it's gonna just give you the best, the most quality recording you can get out of this card. So I would run with that. And then the other stuff, you can customize it however you want. Your buttons and whatnot, hotkeys, and that's basically it for this. And before you actually do anything with the card and recording, like I said, you have to click this button, this ready button, which we're not going to click because then we'll go ahead and probably mess up what we're doing right now recording wise. So we're not going to click that. We'll just close this out, and we can go back to XSplit and look at stuff. There's not really too much else to look at. Like I said, this it's just a camera and XSplit. It's pretty simple. Not too much to it, and you just overlay everything on top of it, and that's basically it. And the card is just, like I said, it's going to take strain off your CPU while you're streaming and recording, whichever one you're doing, and just hopefully the idea is to give you a better experience as you're doing the work on your computer, and then hopefully that'll translate over to your audience and whoever's watching what you're doing, and hopefully everything's running smooth and as lag free as possible. So I am a fan of this card. I know, like I said, it was a little bumpy in the beginning with my first card not working properly, but Aver Media, like I said, they were pretty very easy to work with. I just said, hey, this thing's messed up. What do we do? Blah, 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 and they send it back to us, and we'll send you a new one. So it was easy enough, and I got the new one, popped it in, updated the drivers and the firmware, which I did in the old one, but once I did it with this one, everything worked like a charm. So all in all, very happy with this card. I'd recommend getting it. It retails right now still for probably around $200. I know that's a bit expensive, but if this isn't just computer, you could have this hooked up with an Xbox or something, whatever you could do it. It just it's much easier to do stuff right on the computer, because then everything's right here. Yeah, so I'm really happy with this card. I think it's the cat's ass. And if you have the extra money laying around and you are someone that makes videos or likes to record stuff on your desktop for whatever, even if it's just like tutorial videos on how to use like Adobe Premiere or something, I mean, it's just good software. It records the whole screen. I like it. Anyways, guys, that's the Aver Media Live Gamer HD in a nutshell. And yeah, hopefully you guys will want to check it out. I know I like it. All right, guys, talk to you later. See ya.